Welcome. Welcome to this week's meditation. So, before we begin, let's get nice and comfortable. I'm coming here every week, every Thursday, to share a practice because I know these practices that I'm sharing are ones that have really helped me through my life so far. And so we're live in this space. Thank you, everybody who is holding the live on the Zoom. And we're also streaming through Instagram as well for anyone who can't make it into the space. And if you do want to come into the live Zoom to sit with us, if you want to be seen in the space, if you want to drop deeper and go into the sharing circle after this meditation, then I welcome you to join the membership space. You get the first week free, so you can come in and try it out. On Instagram, you'll find it in my bio. And yeah, and if you're in the Zoom, you've already got it. So great, welcome. All right, so the way that this is going to go is we first of all drop into the space that we're in. We acknowledge our reality around us and within us. And then I'll guide you a little bit deeper to see how close we can get to resting in that heart space, because I feel like once we're in that space of full presence, this is the deepest gift of love that we can give ourselves, of being there with everything that is. And then we'll go on to do a release practice and a calling in practice. And I have a little bit of homework, some things that we can do away from the space, which is, I think, really important, because we can come to these spaces, we can meditate, we can do all the things. And one of the biggest steps with this is taking what we have gathered, what we've connected to integrate it and bring it in to the world around us and letting it ripple through that way. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to last for about 30 to 35 minutes. Let's begin by acknowledging the space that we're in. So, starting to look around your room, using your eyes to observe your surrounding. And you'll also come to notice whether your eyes are feeling strained today, whether your eyes are feeling heavy. You can feel how it is in the physical body. And you can also notice the directions in which your eyes are moving. Now, your eyes may naturally want to close and your awareness can go inside your body, or they may feel like they're stuck on something in front of you. It might be that you feel like you're staring. Might feel that they're just wandering nicely, looking around you, above you and below you, and you feel how that is also reflected in the body. The body moves with the gaze. And one thing that I want you to take from this practice is you don't have to force. So whatever I say, you don't have to do it. It's just an invitation. That's all. And sometimes you might want to challenge your boundaries. Maybe there's a resistance for a reason you don't know. So maybe you try following my guidance and see how it feels, and then notice how your body responds. So we just have this time together to feel, to get to know ourselves, because so much of the world has taken us away from our body, away from our truth. And this is the deepest work that I do. This is what I tend to, is getting to know that part of myself. So we've taken a look around. You're calling your energy back slowly. And now start to listen to the sounds around you. You might naturally notice your eyes closed right now as you listen to the sound the furthest away from you right now. And then letting your awareness move closer so you can start to hear the sounds that are the closest to you. It might be something pulling your attention in the space, or maybe you can notice your breath. When did you last listen to the sound of your breath? With the awareness on the breath, if you can breathe through your nose, see if there's any smells, that are moving into your body, things that you're picking up on. And this is one of our senses that for a lot of us is challenging. It's being numbed down a lot because of what's in our environment. So no need to force it, just to notice. Your body will still be picking up. Some deeper breaths. And as you feel that breath coming in, whether it's through your nose or your mouth, you feel it touching the back of your throat. And then you can bring your awareness to your throat and your mouth and your teeth and your gums and your tongue. Maybe you have a taste in your mouth. I had garlic this morning, so I can taste that really strongly. Maybe you have some tea that you want to sip right now to taste or to clear the mouth or to moisten the mouth. And then on the next inhale, feel your breath come in, move through your body, down to your feet, to notice what is holding you, to feel yourself held. And as you feel yourself held, feel that you can trust that you are held. So instead of forcing your weight down, you trust, and then you notice that actually I can lift with my breath because I know that I'm held. I don't have to be finding anything to hold me. I am held in this moment. So I can breathe and lengthen through my spine. And as you feel into yourself being held and you find this space in your body, let's see if the body is asking for any movements. Does the spine want to dance? Do the hips want to circle or rock? Do the arms want to stretch? And take this movement really slowly, really curiously, not as a way to distract, but as a way to slow down, to come back. Come back to yourself. And find the space to pause for a moment. Find the space in which you can be present with everything that is. And this is the first part of the practice, because spiritual bypassing is possible, or there's another way to acknowledge what is there in your environment, to acknowledge what is within you. And we're going to go through the layers today. So you might have thoughts, you might notice emotions, and then beneath that is a sensation. And once we come to trust our body more and more, being with the sensation and being curious without needing to know exactly what it is, it allows us to stay just a little bit longer, to hold our loving awareness within the sensations in the body instead of getting tied up on the stories. But that can take some time. As I mentioned, we've been encouraged, forced out of our body. So coming back can sometimes feel scary. And it may be in what you hear, or maybe just the body contracts. So go slow, go steady, and notice what's available today. Which parts of you are ready to communicate? And as we learn more deeply, I just want to give thanks to everybody again who's here holding the live, who's watching through the Instagram, who's going to watch the recording, just feeling into human souls existing around the world and connecting on this platform. The ones that are coming to really uncover the layers and return back to the heart for that guidance. To all of those who have walked before us, all the way back to the beginning of time, to the ones that are here on earth right now and the ones that have crossed over, the ones that have died. And giving thanks for the earth beneath us that is holding us, for the nature and the other beings that are around us, interacting with us and waiting for us to arrive in presence to come into relationship. For all the stories that are held within the earth, to the original guardians of the land that you're on, it's deep gratitude. Right. If there's anything else you want to offer gratitude to, please bring around the sensations of gratitude. And if you can speak it out loud, it could be anything at all. This is the opening of the door to the heart when we can be with what is and we can still navigate our awareness to things that we are grateful for. Okay, now rocking into the breath. So awareness shifts to the breath. Notice first the quality of your breath. Where does the inhale breath reach to when you're breathing in? Where does the exhale breath soften? Notice with a little bit of curiosity where the breath can reach when you inhale. And kind of go on a little curious mission inside your body to see where there's spaces that you don't usually check in with. For many of us, it's the back of the body or between things, like between the fingers, between the thighs, between the toes, between the arm and the side of the body. So consciously and curiously pull the inhale breath into these spaces and feel your body starting to expand and ripple through with this breath in every inhale. And every exhale, a melting, places will soften. And you may also notice places that don't want to soften, that feel hard, that feel contracted, and they're not ready yet. And that's okay too. Let's follow that breath 5 times in our own pace. And you might feel yourself wanting to be pulled away. And if you do, breathe even deeper. Exhale even more consciously, like really releasing the breath, and that inhale really pulling it in. See how much you can stay with your body in this moment. This is the practice. So let's do that for 5 breaths. The last breath, find yourself in complete stillness and receive that breath. Follow that exhale. Notice how 5 breaths can make such a huge difference. We're going to go deeper, one layer under now. The breath flows to the pelvis. Let's awaken our pelvis for a moment with some movements. Circles, one direction a few times, and then the other direction. Noticing if one direction offers you more space or flexibility, fluidity compared to the other direction. Keep guiding your breath into the space and your awareness. It might be easy with the eyes closed, but also, again, no force, as long as you can drop into the pelvis. And this movement might look like you dancing, it might look like you sat, It might simply look like the breath moving, and from the outside, nobody notices anything. Okay, if you're sat, put your hands on your knees. If you're stood up, just let your arms rest. And we're going to rock the pelvis forward and back. So as you inhale, let the tailbone drop back. And if you have it available, open your chest, look up, drop the shoulders. And as you exhale, chin into chest and let your tailbone move forward and towards your belly button. So opening on the inhale, you can draw your shoulders back, look up and lift. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's just do that 4 more times. Now, the stillness after the movement. Get comfy on your sit bones if you're seated, if you're standing, walking around, just start to bring awareness to the base of the spine. Feel the length through the spine so that each of your vertebrae has this space and this breath and this life force moving through to the shoulders, to the top of the head. And feel within you the sensations. Drop deeper again into the pelvis and feel your breath expanding from where you would imagine the center of your pelvis is, deep, deep, deep. And the inhale breath expands from that space, expands past the thighs, even past the physical body to the back as well and the sides. And the exhale, you feel the awareness and the movement of energy back to the center point. So continue to follow that breath as I'm speaking and simply to notice. And we'll tune into the quality of creativity as human beings, the seed of all our creations, this ability to receive guidance from our heart when we come home to ourselves, and for that seed to drop down into our pelvis, to grow its roots, and then to rise up through the body as the throat, higher, higher until it is seen, till it's expressed in its own unique way. And there's no rush in this. For now, we can simply tend to the seed that has been planted from the heart without any expectations of what it might look like. And if you come back to this practice, if you come back to your pelvis space, if you come and you breathe into this space and you rest, if you stay here curiously and notice what comes up, you'll start to notice synchronicities. You'll start to receive messages from places you've never connected to before. Maybe whilst you're out walking in nature, maybe in the eyes of an animal or a child or a loved one. Maybe when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you stare at yourself deep into your eyes, you'll start to hear, you'll start to feel this guidance coming from within. It might come in your dreams. There's so many ways. It might just be a feeling, an energy that wants to move through you. So you move in your beautiful artistic way and you create in this world. And it doesn't have to just be writing or drawing. It might be a movement or an offering or a prayer or a whisper or simply and really powerfully your complete presence to this moment. Does your thighs or your pelvis want to be touched right now? Or the lower back? Does it want a gentle massage or maybe some deeper pressure? Does it want a softness, more of a stroking sensation, or maybe simply to be felt, witnessed? Let's rest in this space for a moment. Let's take this opportunity as we're together to do that. You can ask the question, you can ask a question, or you can ask this question. Is there anything that wants to be shared with me in this moment? Is there anything that wants to be seen and felt? What would support your creativity, your authentic artistic expression in these times? How can you make space for that? So, the practice of feeling what is there, what is real in this moment, and then moving to the gratitude. Something that you are grateful for. Maybe it's the simple moment. Maybe there's something else that you can tune into, but cultivating and starting to practice gratitude for something in your life. And when you're ready, start to bring some gentle movement into your body slowly and notice how it feels to exist right now after tending to yourself for this time. And when you're ready to open your eyes, notice how things look around you. Is it more vibrant? Are you noticing things that you didn't notice before? When you look down at your body, how does it feel to exist inside of this body right now? If you're feeling abundant, if you are feeling that cultivation of deep, deep love, let it be sent out to people in your life. Let it be sent out to people around the world who you're connecting to. Let it be sent out to the earth. Let it flow, this abundance love that is within us all. The channel is open. Feel it flow. Thank you for letting me guide you through that practice. And you're welcome to come back to this. I will send out the recording. Before we go, I wanna if I got a reflection practice, we're not going anywhere right now. So reflection and calling in, release and calling in. So it's a really great time. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I was about to run off. It's a really great time after you've done your meditation practices, after you've come back to yourself, to notice what came up for you. Because it's usually in the quiet moments when we're inside of ourselves with our thoughts that things can become loud. And that's why a lot of the time people don't prefer not to do meditations and they prefer to do a distraction technique, whatever that may be. So when we do make the space, there's also a gift that comes with hearing the thoughts. So if you notice something that has been playing on your mind or something to do or whatever it is, maybe a relationship came to mind, maybe something that you're doing within a project or something that is happening in the world is really just feels heavy and like chained to you. Again, we will never be spiritual bypassing this space, but what we can do to welcome that in, because your body is communicating with you all the time, is to notice what it was. So, what was the thing that came up for you? Maybe it's more of a feeling. So, when you sat and you closed your eyes, was there anywhere inside of you that you felt like was a little bit uncomfortable and you would have much preferred to move, or you would have much preferred to open your eyes or to think about what you need to do after this? So, what was the feeling? Where was it? And if you got the feeling, then that's incredible, because it takes a lot to get to the sensation and notice it sometimes. As the mind, we relate a lot to the mind. So if you do have a thought, you have an idea, write it down. And if you have that with you, then go to the layer beneath. So say it out loud and then feel, because it will be held somewhere inside of your body. When you say it out loud, you might notice, oh, when I say that, my stomach twists, or I feel my shoulders collapse, or my hands contract. So notice where you're holding something. And if something's alive for you, you might notice that in your dreams. If you wake up with clenched fists, if you feel that you've been holding on, this is a really good sign that the release practice is for you right now. So one of the things is just gently touching your hands and consciously opening up your fingers. And then asking the question, what am I? Oh, click, sorry. That'll probably not be the sound for everyone. What am I ready to release or witness? You might not know what you're ready to release, and it might not seem like release is the right word. So, what are you ready to hold space for, to look at, to be curious about? Something that depletes you, something that feels like it's dragging you away from the present moment, something that makes you feel that makes you disconnect from the light inside of you, from your truth. And some people, you might be saying, well, I don't even know what that is. So think about a time when you felt at peace in your body, when you felt love, when you felt connected. That is a moment when you're home beneath the layers. So what are you carrying that no longer needs to stay? Where have you been gripping too tightly? And just them questions can open up a whole array of opportunities for you. So other options relating to the situation, because it might be that, I don't want to cut cords. I don't want to just like push something out my life. I don't want to just let it go. Then maybe there'll be relationships that you want to tend to. So putting that in the center and being curious, you'll start to see the options that you have available so that you can fully show up and you can be honest and you can reflect on what it is that is the thing that's depleting, that doesn't sit well. So I'll leave that there. And I think the main thing from that practice is to notice, is to observe. Writing it down is great, saying it out loud, and even following it with a why. Why do you think this is heavy? Why do you think this is depleting? And just simply being curious to what arises. So if you have it written down, if you hold it in your body right now, if you can feel it, writing it down, you can choose what to do with it. You can come, if you're observing it, just keep it somewhere you can look at. If you're really ready to let go of a pattern or something like that, then you can burn that piece of paper, or you can place it in the earth and you can let it alchemize. So if it's in your body, as we're just taking this time together, and you can do this in your own time, go to that space inside of you and take a deep breath and squeeze into that space. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you exhale, soften and open and feel the space being made. So you can do that a few times if you notice where it is in your body. Be honest with you, I've been waking up the past few days like this. And that's a really good sign for me. It's not all the time it happens, but I recognize when it does, there is something I need to sit with. And for sure, I think I know what it is. I think. So let's just go on to the calling in, because we want to make space. We make space by noticing what it is we want to release and what is depleting our energy. So build that breath up inside of you. Find that fire and realize that you can actually do incredible things when you connect to your body. And that, yeah, being a human is challenging sometimes, a lot of the times. And it's really beautiful as well. And there's so much beauty in what is around us. And we can change this path that we're on just by simply dropping into the heart space. It doesn't have to come from the mind. So what are you calling in to your life right now? What are you calling in? It might be something physical. maybe you need some money, or you need a new home, or you need some support from somewhere. It might be a quality in yourself that you can notice that you want to call in. I feel like I would like some more clarity or some more courage in this situation or more creativity. Like, what is it that you want to call in? Um, it might be that you're just calling yourself back, like you're calling yourself back into your body so you can be more present. You're looking for space. So, what is it that you're calling in to your life right now? Because when you call it in, you're welcoming in that life force. There's a trust and there's a knowing that you can call it in. You can call yourself back. You can reclaim parts of yourself that maybe have been hidden. So, again, you might know what it is. So, maybe you write it down. Maybe you just feel it. Oh, yeah, I feel what it is that I want to call in, and your body will change. You will lift, you will breathe deep. So feel that. Like I can feel it here, lifting open to my chest. You even probably notice how my body changes. So even just contemplating these things and sitting with them is a really great step. Even if you feel like you have no insights from today, I assure you, I assure you that things will come through because you're putting your awareness on them, and it's impossible not to, because that's just how humans work. We place our energy on something, our awareness, and that's where our energy flows. You get what I'm saying? So now what we're gonna do is we are going to do our homework, or we're going to hear what our homework is. What can I use instead of homework? I feel like I want to use a different word. Homegrown. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so we're in the pelvis today. We're connecting to our creative energy. We're connecting to this fire inside of us. So this week, focus on just creating something that comes from you, not copying something, not doing something that you've seen someone else do, but making space for nothingness, making space for boredom. If you've ever been around kids, when they get bored, most kids will get really frustrated and they'll be wanting you to tell them, like, give me something to do. And after a while, if you leave them, they'll find something to do. They'll be creative on their own. And I know for me, I don't really remember being that bored because of, well, I mean, bored in class, but I didn't have the ability to go and do what I wanted. But I did notice my imagination and my creativity was really strong because a lot of the time, like most of the time, I didn't want to sit in a classroom. So I would create in my mind stories and things like this. But if we can make space for ourselves to be in the doing of nothing, doing of nothing, then we can see, oh, I'm a little bit bored. What do I do? Maybe a panic, or maybe like, yes, I've got some time for myself, and create something from inside of you. Maybe it's free writing, maybe it's drawing, moving, painting, doing something with your hands. It could be that, it could just be in presence. I am just going to be in complete present with all my senses, and that is your art, and that is beautiful. So when you're in that space, notice what you've created. You might think, oh, I really don't like that, or I love that. And notice your response to what you've created. And especially if there's something that you've made, that you've created, that you can look at and you don't like it, keep it with you this week to see what it wants to share with you. Why has it brought up such an emotion that you don't like it? Like, what are the things? And you might start to see the parts of yourself that are actually restricting you in some way. All right, and now we have actually finished. So we'll just take a moment to call back our energy after I've done a lot of speaking, to follow our breath inwards, to readjust our body. So we've gone through these layers of being present with what is, accepting what is around us and within us, and cultivating a sense of gratitude for something in our lives that we are really happy with, something that feels nourishing to us. It could be something so small, and the smaller the better. finding gratitude in the smaller moments. And then we walk through the layers of the body into the pelvis and finding and tuning into our pelvis space, noticing the qualities available and any messages that were there, tapping into this space of creativity. And then we connect it to what we want to focus on that is draining us, where we want to place, where we want to observe and notice and reflect on something that's been hooked in, usually things that we have turned a blind eye to. And then we connect it to what we want to call in. Finally coming into this space with how we are right now. So feel your breath greeting you gently. Now I want to say personally thank you to everyone holding the space. Thank you to have everyone who's in the streaming through the Instagram. And thank you for these moments just to come to pause. Thank you, everyone. So we'll be here again next Thursday. If you want to support me, you can join my membership, free access for 7 days. Or you can, I mean, if you enjoy it, then it's £22 a month. So like £7 a week. And there you're going to get to come into the Zoom space and sit and hang out together. The reason I'm streaming through Instagram Live is because I know that it's not available financially for everyone, and that's okay. And I just still want to make these moments of rhythm. And so, yes, so thank you for everyone who can support me financially in this creation. And also thank you for everyone who is just creating this space through the presence. That is also incredible. We all have different ways that we can be here and exchange. So yes, I'm gonna go. See you next week. Everyone who's in the Zoom, let us hang out, let us chat, let's see what come up. I'm really excited to find out and just be with you all. And everyone who's in the Instagram, thank you for being here. And I hope that you have a beautiful day.